We all have a story to tell. Here's a small snippet of mine. My wife and I decided we wanted to grow our family and found out quickly into that process that we were going to be unable to do so without some specific and expensive treatments. And through our infertility journey, I saw my wife and myself grieving the failed treatments differently. I've kind of always had this stubborn trust in God. I was just confident the whole time. Every failed IUI, every no, I was like, it's just not God's time. This isn't the one. This isn't the two specific cells that He has for us. Yeah, it was a wild journey. We ended up taking Rachel before the church leadership, and they prayed over her. And that same week, I had two different people prophesy via dream that we were going to have a baby, and about a week later, we were pregnant. And about 9 months later, the bottom kind of dropped out. I found myself following an ambulance headed towards Texas Children's downtown that was carrying my 3-day-old son. I wasn't allowed in the NICU because of COVID, and so during that time home alone, I wasn't praying, heal him, your will be done. I was praying, take this cup, God, take this cup, heal his little body, just do whatever. And it was kind of this like bartering thing that we do with God, where it's like, please fix this situation, I'll be a better Christian, I'll do whatever you want, and trying to play God and wanting control. And I learned that, I didn't trust God as much as I thought I did, and that made me just really sad. And ultimately, Judah recovered and was discharged, and while I was extremely grateful, I realized that there was this pretty big gap in my spiritual journey that I wanted to patch up, that I didn't want to be caught like that again, so shaken and blown and tossed by the wind that I was unable to trust the Lord's plan and His outcome. I think there's this lie from culture that just says pursue happily ever after, and if it feels good, it must be right. And that's what I was doing, judging obedience based on my desired outcome, which is backwards. I mean, that the outcome might be terrible. The outcome might be pain or persecution or death, and it could still be right. I need to say, look, Lord, your will be done. I'll judge obedience. I'll follow you based on your word, not based on my desired outcome. I think there's really high beauty in the fact that God's the only entity in the universe who can know the future. It's like He's the only heart big enough or the only shoulder strong enough to bear the burden of the knowledge of the future. And I can just rest in that. Like, I can just know that He's good, and He gives and He takes away, and He's in control. And if something in this world doesn't look good or right or just, then He just isn't through yet. In Revelation 21, it says, I heard a loud voice from the throne saying, behold, the dwelling place of God is with man, and He's going to be with us, and He's going to wipe away every tear from our eyes, and there will be no more sickness or mourning or tears or pain. He's just not through. Lord, thank You for the story You've given me to tell. Help me to tell it whenever I can and live it out wherever I go. May this story point to Your story, the story of the greatest gift ever given, the gift You gave us in Jesus. Amen.